Hey, Mejias, how are you? Welcome, welcome. You have a lot going on with the move. Glad that you guys got everything moved and everything's, well, going well. I know you're swamped moving everything, but that's really cool. Thanks for coming. I know you're really busy. Just decided to do an impromptu live because I worked late last night, didn't get a chance to do our weekly live. So just figured we'd hop on and see who's around and do some chatting. But I see you put some new goat pens out too as well. I bet it's nice to be fenced in now. Yeah, I bet you're keeping busy. We're doing great. Thank you. We're doing great. I was thinking about what you were talking about earlier about being in a fenced in area. And I know you did a video on your channel about the cows getting in the coop. So that'll be really good not to have that again. But we're doing well. Hang on one second, guys. I put a timer on so just check it. Goats love the new pen. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Home North, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in to say hi and give support. We really appreciate it. We figured we'd do an impromptu live because I had to work late last night, so we couldn't do a live. So we figured we'd just jump on quick, chat with everybody, see how everybody's doing. But I know there's a lot of people dealing with a heat wave, and we're in the Black Hills of South Dakota, and I'm sitting here in a hoodie. So, hey, Ann, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for coming here. Yeah, cooking and listening works. That's perfect. Appreciate it. I was saying everybody's got a heat wave, and then here we are in South Dakota, and I'm wearing a hooded sweatshirt. It's actually pretty warm. I think it's like, it's 61 now, but we were riding around on the side-by-side, and it gets kind of cool when you're doing that. So we were riding around the park. Hey, Downtown 66, welcome, welcome. Hello to all the beautiful people. So yeah, so it's crazy because it's a little cooler here than it has been. But then again, that's why our garden is not looking like some of you folks down in the South. You guys, if you haven't seen Andale's garden, you've got to check out her garden. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. And Ann, I believe you're in North Carolina. I know you may not be able to answer, but I think you're in North Carolina. We used to be in Asheville or around the Asheville area. So yeah, Home North, it's cool enough. You're at 80. I bet. And I bet Mejias is warm too out in Arizona, right? So crazy. Hello, Josh the Homesteader. Welcome. So yeah, just doing some things today. Ryan was working on the old Dodge that we have, and having to put in some universal joints because we need to pick up a pallet of feed. We get a good deal on a pallet of feed, and so we need to pick that up on Wednesday. So he was getting the universal joints fixed because we got to travel about an hour away. We're in 90 plus degrees here. Oh, that's warm. And Ann, you're welcome. You're in northeastern North Carolina. Neat. It's a beautiful part of the state too. So yeah, just doing that kind of stuff. Didn't get a lot done. Other than that, today we had a kind of laid back day. Well, I did. Ryan did not. He was working on the universal joints. We got to finish that, but we got to wait for a part to come in and stuff. So that's what happens when you live in a rural area, right? They only have so many parts, and then you got to order it, and then you got to wait a couple days. And so I don't know. We're thinking, not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. I know tonight we're going to finish filming our cool summer dessert video. We finally got a chance that the two of us were in the house at the same time and not exhausted. So we started filming that this morning, and we had to let it sit in the fridge for a while, and then we're going to go back to doing that and get that video out tonight is my plan. And then I've got a couple more videos all set, trying to post more often if I'm able to, not always able to. So I try to stick to at least twice a week, throw up some shorts, but I also like to post some other videos if I can. But last week I worked late a few nights, so it was kind of hard to do. But I think tomorrow we're thinking of working on the pig waterer. We've got those 55-gallon plastic drums, and we want to put the pig waterer on the outside of it. So that way the little girl pigs out in the pasture have that instead of boiled water. Yeah, home north and lack of delivery service to a box office is another challenge of rural living. Don't get me started on that. We are so close to town, so easy to access, short driveway. And if we have packages that go to the post office, we have to go get them if they don't fit in the mailbox. And then if you put a big mailbox out there, everybody knows you're getting packages and then they steal them. So I'm not doing that. So we're stuck going to the post office, which is a pain in the neck. Luckily, Ryan works locally, so he's able to go during hours, business hours, but I can't. I'm an hour away. And so, I leave at 6:30. I'm back by 5:30, 6 o'clock. Thank goodness he's here, because if it wasn't for him, we'd never get our packages. So, but yeah, that is a definite challenge. I've tried telling Amazon they need to send all my packages UPS, and it worked for a while, but then it went off kilter and didn't happen again. And I tried to contact them. It didn't work. But anyway, there's my tangent for the day. So tomorrow I think we're going to work on the pig water. Course plans may change, and then we may move Sherman into his pasture. We're just trying not to, we're looking to move him into that pasture. However, we also don't want to overdo it. We work full time, both of us, during the week. We worked a lot of hours last week, and as much as we love doing what we do, we're just trying to make sure we get a little bit of a break for the weekend, because I find we're so exhausted on Monday. And it's not a complaint. It's a great feeling because we've gotten so much done, and there's a lot of pride in it, So we'll see how it goes. Josh, UPS and FedEx still rumble down my road, and the post office is only 20 minutes away, so not too bad, really. Yeah, I mean, UPS and FedEx, I have no problem with. They leave it right on my porch. If it's raining, they bag it up. I mean, they are wonderful. My mail delivery is fine. The only problem I have is packages. Is just that, I get Diesel's medicine. Diesel has eye medication, and Chewy.com puts this thing in a box this big. Okay, the tube is. Let me show you. This is one of my contraptions for my videos, but the tube is half the size of this, and it's in a box like this. And so if I get it once a month, and we have to go to the post office. And mind you, Josh, our post office is 3 minutes away, but there's some rule that they cannot back up more than 20 feet, which I don't understand. So they deliver FedEx to your place? Cool. Yeah, no, they send it USPS to me. And I've contacted Chewy also and said, why are you wasting all this packaging when it can go in a very small bag? Because it's a tube in a box. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make sense. It's not efficient. Chewy boxes are heavy. I struggle to get them into the house, but easier than the store. Yeah, for sure. It's just one of those things. You know when you get your packages sometimes and you're like, oh, hey, Home North, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you stopping by. It's like when you get those packages in the mail and you open them up and there's, one tiny little thing in there and the box is 2 feet by 2 feet and it's rattling around in there. It just seems so wasteful, so it's crazy. Oh, okay. So all of your mail goes to the post office, Mejias. Okay. I mean, I think if it all went there, I might not complain, but sorry, Diesel's barking. Ryan walked out the door. So that's what he does. So anyway, yeah, it's just frustrating when you need something. Sometimes we order something from Amazon and it comes in 2 days and we're excited, and then we have to get to the post office. So Again, sorry for the barking dog. Our post office doesn't have those rules. Just an old guy in a Jeep is our mail carrier. We've got an old guy in a beat up pickup truck. And Lord love him because he's got a big route and we think that's really cool, but it's weird. It's just a weird thing because I know I've contacted the post office and they say that that's the thing too. So, but I don't know. Now I'm getting hot. Sorry, this is not going to be a strip video, so don't freak out. It's just getting warm here. Like I said, we were in the side-by-side and it was really cool. And then now we get back here and it's like warm as can be. But so what else is everybody up to this weekend? Like I said, we're just doing some filming, trying to get some things done. I think project-wise, we're really happy that we got a lot done this year. I mean, we have that pig barn up. We have the pastures almost all set. Hey, Full-Time Dream, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Excited. So we got the 3 pastures up. That's really cool. That was a big job. And it was an expensive one, but we're excited about it. Tried to defer some of the costs, and decrease them as much as we could. And I think we did a great job with that. All the other buildings are fine. The animals are doing fine. And so we have a lot of new subscribers lately. So I'm probably going to do another tour and a Meet the Animals video because I think that's really good. Because sometimes when you join a channel, you don't always get a chance to go back and watch all the videos, especially for a lot of us, because we're watching a lot of channels to support each other, and so sometimes we all run out of time with that kind of thing. And so yeah, but we'll see what we can do on, see what other projects we've got going on. I think we'll have a lot of our major projects will be done. So that'll be cool. Feels good to have that. I mean, again, we started this May 1st of last year with our first batch of chicks, and then get to now where we have, so many animals. And then next year we're looking to start breeding the kuni pigs. So that would be a really cool thing. So I asked what you guys were doing this weekend, and Ann Dale said, well, cooking, then down to the Grands tomorrow. Oh, that'll be fun. That's awesome. That's awesome. That'll be a good time. Are they far from you? And then Downtown 66, you said that would be cool. Thank you. Were you talking about the tour or the Meet the Animals video? Hey, LG Homestead. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here, Lori. Hi, Weibel Family Adventures. Welcome. Glad to have you. Oh, it's so great to see everybody in here. It was an impromptu thing, and I thought, well, no one's really going to come. So that was cool. Hey, Tom. On the Plant is here. And Mejia's is doing unpacking and cleaning. And Weibel Family Adventures said, first time catching a live. Well, we're really glad you're here. I know in South Dakota, we usually do a live on Friday nights at 7:30 our time. And I know that for East Coast folks, that's kind of hard because it's 9:30. But it works out to be a good time for me after work. So let's see. And Downtown said, yeah, Meet the Animals video. That's really cool. I will do that. I have some funny ideas. I'm going to try and see if I can get them to come on. Thanks, Lori. Yes, everybody smash that like button. And so doing things for the weekend. Mejia's is unpacking and cleaning. We talked about Andale, what she's doing. Hey, Coupon Gale. Great to have you here. Coupon Gale in the house. Let's see. Coupon Gale's eating mac and cheese. Nice, nice. Yeah, I was just telling them our cool summer dessert video will be up tonight. We did the first part of it and realized it had to chill for 4 hours. So we did that already. And so after this live, we're going to finish it and get it posted. And I told everybody, thanks for being patient, because it was the first time Ryan and I were in the house together that we weren't exhausted, because he's the cook in the family. So he's been doing that and he did a great job. It tastes so good so far. 7:24 in Arkansas. Yep. So you're about an hour ahead of us. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of everything. So that would make you about 8:30 Weibel Family Adventures on a Friday night. So, sometimes it doesn't work for everybody. So we're going to try and do more lives and stuff. So we're going to get back on our weekly live starting next Friday. Let's see. Very cool. Lots of people here. So yeah, so we were talking about our projects. I think most of our big projects are done done on the farm. We'll have some smaller projects, which is really cool. But I think having the pasture fencing done has been really, really relieving. We moved the little girls last Sunday, and they were doing great. Thanks, Mejias, for stopping in. Good luck unpacking. I'm so happy for you that you're finally there. Thanks for stopping in, being so busy. We put the little girls in there last Sunday, as one of our videos showed, and they were doing really well. And there was a shady part of the pasture, and then there was a really sunny part of the pasture. And I don't know if they were a little confused because they stayed in the sunny part. And on Tuesday, Ryan came home early for lunch. So it was like 11. And the two little ones were laying in the dirt in the pasture, and they were panting. And as you guys know, pigs do not sweat. They need to have coolness and all that. They didn't look good. And so thankfully, Ryan came home. He hosed them both down. Mind you, we have a pool out there with water that they can get into, but I don't know if they were a little confused because it was a new area. Not sure. So thankfully, I talked to Bland's Promise Ranch and Country Mama Musings and another local homesteader, and we decided that the best thing to do was to put all their feed bowls and water bowls right in front of their house, because the house is here, and then the sun comes over, and they've got shade here to just help entice them to this shady part of the pasture. So thankfully, Ryan came home when he did. I'm so glad that he works close by, because I would have felt so bad, those poor girls. But he got them all cooled off. He ended up filling their water bowls. Obviously, we had water down there for them and feed, and we put extra water. We filled the pool up again. We hosed the muddy section to make a waller for them again, so that way they had all that stuff. Lo and behold, they found their house. So that was really cool. So they learned to go in their house, which is ventilated. And Bland's had suggested, that's Monica and Erica. I always do that, Monica and Erica. Monica and Eric at Bland's Promise Ranch suggested putting a barrier across the pasture that only kept them in the shady side. Thankfully, we never had to do that. I was prepared to do it, but we didn't have to. And so the girls have been doing just fine. Just that little glitch that was kind of scary, but thankfully everybody's doing well now. So yeah, Tom, it's a party. Saturday night party. You guys all dancing, or are you all sitting there like looking at me laughing, going, oh my gosh, this lady's crazy. Oh, there's Diesel. Diesel, pay attention to me, Diesel. This is what he does when Ryan goes outside. Come here, Diesel. Come here. Can you say hi to everybody? Here. Wait, I'm going to try and get you in the picture. Bear with me, folks. It's not working. Sorry, Diesel's being a pain because when his daddy goes outside, he barks because he likes daddy's attention. So he's a bad dog. Good for you, Tom. You're dancing. You got a chicken with you, right? And you're dancing with a chicken? I bet you are. We got to raise the roof, right? I never thought I'd be doing that on YouTube. It's pretty funny. I love this community. It's so much fun. I don't mind doing all that stuff. Stuff that I would never do, I do. But yeah, so there's lots of good stuff going on, hanging out here, enjoying the cooler day. We got some rain earlier. We put out our garden video. If you guys saw it, it looks nothing like the folks in Missouri and Arkansas and all the other places in the South. And it makes me laugh. I'm not soured on it. It just makes me laugh. I just love watching everybody's garden tours that are stunning. And I tell Ryan all the time, I go out there and I go, and welcome to our garden tour. And I go, and over here we have a pepper plant that is looking yellow. So We're still getting 40-degree nights some nights, so that's what happens, but we're going to do some more soil testing like I've talked about. And that's just, the soil testing is for our own benefit, a learning adventure. Like I said, we've talked before about the acidity of the pine needles, and we have tons of ponderosa pine trees here, and the pine needle litter is everywhere. Every year we clean it up out of the gardens around the house to keep the house safe, because it's not good for wildfires. And we do tend to get dry and be in a drought, and then it becomes a danger. So we thought the pine needles would make everything acidic, but they're not, because the pH is fine. The other soil tests take, some of them take overnight. So we really want to take our time and learn more about it. I think the biggest thing is, the biggest learning experience is that in Connecticut, you could literally sprinkle a seed on the ground and it would grow into a tree. It would be unbelievable. The soil was fabulous. North Carolina, same thing. I could throw a seed right on the ground in a bucket. It would grow. South Dakota, we've added sheep manure, cow manure, coffee, eggshells, compost, soil, and it's just still kind of weird. Yeah. How fast you miss those 40-degree nights, Tom, on the plant. Yeah. I'm okay with 40-degree nights, and I'm okay if they're not here. It's the polar vortex that I don't miss. I don't know if you guys remember, we had, I think it was when we picked up, was it Sherman? No, it was Maggie and Winston. We got Maggie and Winston the last day of July. No, July. What am I saying? Excuse me. The last day of January, and it was like a 50 to 60-degree day, and it was gorgeous. And we picked up Maggie and Winston. They were piglets. We bring them home, and those poor things spent a week in the barn because I wouldn't let them out, and we put their food and water in there because it was that polar vortex, and it was brutally cold. Then we brought home Sherman. We picked him up across the state, and for those of you who weren't a part of our channel then, we woke up at 3:00 in the morning and didn't get home until about 9:00 at night. We drove across the state of South Dakota and back to get Sherman, which was an exhausting road trip. We get Sherman back and we were beating the storm. It was a beautiful day, again, gorgeous. What ended up happening was we got right back to town as it started to snow, and we got, I don't know, 1.5 feet of snow, and poor Sherman was in the barn. Same thing, food and water in the barn, wouldn't let him out because it was crazy cold and lots of snow. But I know if some of you remember, if you've seen my Instagram account, you can go back and look. I brought Sherman in the house because he was just too cute, and I kept saying he's all alone out there, but he's really sweet. Downtown 66 asked, does the extension do soil samples there? They probably do. We ended up buying a kit. It was really cheap, so it wasn't a big deal. And we will probably bring some down to the extension as well, because we need to figure out what's going on. I mean, honestly, I just think it's because we're at 5,200 feet and it's, it's cold and, colder climate, and we just take longer to grow. I mean, that's it. Last year I went to grow cucumbers and watermelon, and that's just not something you can grow here because there's not enough time. Our growing season, the last frost is the first week of June. And then last year we had that snowstorm mid-September, and that killed all our tomatoes. That's a really short window to get vegetables. So that's why we do the seedlings. So the really cool thing is this year we got the seedlings down pat. We had no leggy seedlings. They were perfect. We got some grow lights that were from the Amazon store for Living Traditions Homestead. We got some heating mats also from their store. First year we grew seedlings that were beautiful, strong, hardy, wonderful, no issues whatsoever. So that was cool. So we just got to get the outside, make sure it's just the climate and not us. That's what we're trying to figure out right now. Gail Southern Living said Sherman is cute. Thank you. Sherman is a spoiled pig. That's what he is. and I'm sorry for Diesel barking. He'll stop. Sherman is a spoiled pig. So they're a pasture pig. If you watch our videos, Sherman has plenty of pasture, and you can tell he's not eating it. He waits for grain. So I think we're going to cut back a little bit on his feed to get him motivated to eat some of the grass he's got going on. So I'm hoping when he's in the pasture, we can do that. Hey, Sweet Pea Farm. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hey, Lazzie's Nest. That's awesome. And Gail Southern Living, you said your seedlings did well. That's so cool. That's awesome. And Tom and on the plant said Axel, his dog is answering Diesel. I'm sorry, Tom, if he's driving you crazy. And then Sweet Pea Farm said, is Sherman a Cooney? Yes, he is. I raised him and loved him. Yeah, we love him too. We love him too. We got Maggie and Winston first, and they are Mangalitsa, Duroc, and Berkshire crosses. We got them locally. It was really hard to find pigs, any kind of pig in South Dakota, because everybody was buying them up during the whole COVID thing, which I guess is still going on, but it was really hard to find. So I said to Ryan, I said, hey, these are local, they're cheap. Let's get these feeder pigs, and at least we'll have some kind of pigs for all the work that we did. Excuse me. So we got them, and they were, I think they were 4 months old or 3 months old. So we went and got them locally, really easy to transport, put them in a dog crate, brought them home, had that polar vortex, but then everything's been behind us, and now they're huge. They're huge. So we'll have those two. So Maggie and Winston will be processed. We were looking for a processor, and there's no dates for processing. We've been on a wait list, haven't heard of things. So I think we're going to have to do it ourselves. I make that face because I don't know that I want to do it. I think once they're deceased, I can do it, but I can't do the initial processing, if you will. However, so they're there, and then we were looking for Cooney pigs, and obviously out of state with livestock, you have to get a health certificate. I know some people don't. However, with my job, I need to do everything on the up and up, so I have to be a good citizen. Plus, I'm going to be in a pickup truck. It's pretty obvious what I have in the back of my truck. So long story short, we had a deal going on with somebody in North Dakota, ran into a couple issues, found some in Colorado with the Coonies, and lo and behold, when the deal fell through in North Dakota, we actually found this amazing breeder on the other side of the state, over more towards Sioux Falls and north of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. But it's ironic how you can drive across the state of South Dakota for all those hours and we're still in the same state. But so that's where we got Sherman from. Sherman is, for those of you that are new, I want to just stop in and say hey for a minute to everybody. Hey, Country Mama, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Josh, the homesteader, said spots for the processor have to be reserved a year in advance here right now. That's why I just do it all at home now. We've been on a list for 2 years. We went last year and went to put our names on it, and they said, we'll put you on a wait list. Never heard anything. We've called and called and called. And then we ended up, I'm sorry about Diesel, guys. Next time I'm going to have to make sure I put him away in another room. And then we're gonna, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought with the barking. Anyway, so then we went again this year in January, and still nothing. Everything is full up for a really, really long time. So we're gonna end up I think we're gonna end up doing it ourselves. Not something we wanted to do, but we're prepared to do if we have to. But for the Coonies, oh, Ryan just took Diesel out, so that's good. So for the Coonies, we found that great breeder north of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And what had happened was we weren't quite sure the direction we wanted to go when we got Sherman. I'm going to be honest. Quite honestly, I wanted a Cooney pig, and I wanted a ginger and black Kuni Kuni pig. So when I saw Sherman, I decided I didn't care if he was registered or not. I was getting him. So what had happened was he did not meet the breed standard, even though he's purebred. He didn't meet the breed standard, and he did not have any of the wattles. So he was not a pig that the breeder was going to register. And I said, you know what? I want him. I want him. He's too cute. I want him. I'll figure out what we're going to do later, but we're going to get him. So we got him, and he is an intact boar. And then, so he's about, let's see, we got him in March 12th. So he's about 6 months old. I would say about 6 months old. So he's coming into maturity or in maturity. He's not showing any interest right now, but then again, we've got him separate from the girls for that reason. And I'll explain that in a minute. But the girls, then we got them, we went back, and we had been communicating with the breeder about Eleanor. And Eleanor, when I talked to the breeder about pickups, she said I had sent her the deposit and all of that and was arranging all the stuff. Eleanor was way too small to be registered. She said she could end up being a lot bigger, but she's really small. She goes, if you want to take another pig, I'll let you have another pig. So Ryan and I talked about it, and we ended up buying both Eleanor and Fiona. So if you watch our video on the video on Eleanor that she's here, which is on our channel, you'll find out that Fiona was actually Eleanor, the little one. And then the one who is now Eleanor is the one that we also took at the time. So I brought the two girls home after that. So yeah, so it was pretty cute. So Eleanor is registered. She's a registered Kuni Kuni. Sherman and Fiona are not. Right now, I'm not as concerned about that. We will raise some of the piglets for meat. We will raise some of the piglets to sell as piglets for folks who want to purchase them. And we'll see how that goes. We're in a very rural area. Feeder pigs are more the norm here. Like I said, it was really hard for us to find Kuni Kuni pigs in South Dakota because the majority of people just buy feeder pigs. So what we ended up doing was we decided we'll just start with these and see how it goes. I've talked to a few other people who told me it was more like a niche market where we were, and it might be a challenge to sell them for meat because they take too long to grow out because they're slow growing heritage pigs. So we'll see what happens. You know, like I said, I'm willing to start from one place and see what happens. And so that was why we built the pastures, was because we want to have a girl pasture, a boy pasture, and then we'll have a farrowing pen and pasture once Maggie and Winston are gone. And we probably won't start breeding until next year, and that's because our winters are so brutal here in South Dakota. I just don't want our first litter to be brutally cold and have an issue. I'd rather make it a little easier on ourselves for that, you know, and the animals too. So that way we know what we're doing and we get a little experience under our belt. Because I know they need heat lamps and everything. I just worry about doing that when we could have, you know, potentially, you know, 0-degree weather. So we'll probably wait until, unless we see signs earlier and we can do it before then, but I think we'll probably wait until January or February. That way we have, March, April, May. It'll be in May for our first litter, which will be exciting. And I want to make sure that the pigs are the piglets are mature, and you know what I mean? I don't want to hurt my animals either. I want to make sure they're ready to go. Let's see who's here. Sweet Pea Farm said, yay, the one registry won't allow unwaddled pigs anymore. Kind of a controversial thing. I've heard that. I have registered and unregistered, and my unwaddled sows produce just as many waddled piglets. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the way I look at it. You know, if somebody's going to buy it I'm going to give it a try first. I'm going to see how it goes. Like I said, I picked Sherman because I absolutely loved his color. He was exactly what I wanted. And that was what I wanted to reproduce. Eleanor and Fiona are both cream and black. The difference is that Eleanor has in her black fur, she also has little bits of like reddish ginger hairs, and it's really cool. So I'm looking forward to what their litters look like. So that'll be cool. We breed for fall, spring, and summer piglets and never use heat lamps. Our climate is very cold in upstate New York. Oh, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I don't know. If there's a lot of interest in, if Sherman's looking interested and we know they're in heat, well, then I would, I'd be open to trying it. I just don't want to be in December and having piglets. I think I would totally be open to piglets, later in the fall. I just don't know if they'll mature or not yet. Hey, Arizona kid, welcome. Glad to have you here. Good night, Full-Time Dream. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Josh, the homesteader, said good money in the specialty meats like heritage pig, country hams, and such. Yeah, but I think you got to have a market for it. And I'm not sure that it's here in South Dakota. I could be totally wrong. We seem to have a lot of good old boy ranchers, so there's a lot of meat here. So I remember when that Smithfield farm or Smithfield factory was closed for COVID and that whole controversy was on. Farmers are selling hogs like you wouldn't believe. You could have bought 10 whole hogs and it was like 20 cents a pound or something like that. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, Country Mama Musings, only a couple days left on your contest. I can't wait for that. I'm glad Downtown 66 brought that up. I'm really excited about it. It's good to see everybody here. We're so excited. But yeah, so we plan to move forward with the pigs. And again, that's why we put the pasture out. We knew that the temporary electric fences, which we put up in the winter, were only temporary until we could figure out our plan and get the fencing together. And there was no way in the winter or in our case, March, April, and May, we were not going to be able to get the pasture put in because the ground was so frozen. So we did all that. And then the other reason why we did it was we know that temporary electric netting fencing is not going to hold Sherman when a pig is in heat. So we wanted to make sure that Sherman was secured. Sherman's also by himself, which is something that I kind of have regrets about. I don't like that he's by himself. I think that I see a lot different fun stuff with the two girls that are together. I think Sherman's a little lonely because I know Coonies are social. So I think we're definitely going to keep one of the pigs from the litter when we get it and put it in with Sherman. So he'll have a friend, so we'll see what happens. But the other thing is I wanted to make sure their pastures were next to each other so that way they could see each other and he at least has some interaction with pigs. Right now he's next to Maggie and Winston. Ryan wants to put him in there. And I said, no, I think Maggie and Winston would take him. But, Gail had pigs when she was younger. Do you know what kind of breed you had? Were they the big ones, like the commercial hogs? We have Maggie and Winston. I mean, I think they've got to be 120 pounds a piece. Easy now. We've got to go out and weigh them, actually. Measure them for weighing. Let me go back and look at some of the... No, it's not my first live, Arizona kid. We've been doing lives, but this was an impromptu live. We usually have one on Friday night that we just started a couple weeks ago. And then before that, we had some random ones. But we're going to get back to our Friday night weekly live this coming Friday. But we couldn't do it last night because I ended up working late a few nights last week. And it was just, work was getting in the way of my YouTube time. The nerve. So let's see here. I wanted to go back. I don't think I missed anybody. But yeah, we're doing really well. And anybody else out there raising Cooney pigs? Because I would love to get some feedback. I know Tom's got some chickens. I know Country Mama's got Mr. Pigglesworth. And she's got that beautiful garden. And she's got her turkeys, which I'm dying to know if the way she sexed them worked and not the way her husband's wanted to sex them. Right, Alicia? But so cool. She's got a great channel. You guys should check out Country Mama Musings. I don't have any moderators in here today because it was impromptu, but I want you guys to check out Josh the Homesteader, Gail's Southern Living, Downtown 66, Arizona Kid, Sweet Pea Farm, New York. Headed to get some piglets tomorrow. They're like potato chips. Thank you. Yeah, Gail, you're about to have that work interfering with my YouTube time problem. Oh, I'm ready to give up work. I'll be honest. I figure it. We'll just do it. We'll just do it and we'll survive. And that's all there is to it. We're resilient. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss other channels. Country Mama Musings, Hobby Farm Living, Full-Time Dream. I said Sweet Pea Farm, New York. On the Plant, Lazzie's Nest. I don't know if Lazzie has a channel. But make sure you follow all the folks in our chat here. So, oh, and Ann Dale. Don't forget Ann Dale. You're almost done cooking for tomorrow's dinner. Wow, Ann, you're on it. Arizona Kid, but won't interrupt your buddy time with Arizona Kid, right, Gail? That's funny. Yeah, so, we try to do everything we can on the weekend. I find that we're a lot busier on the weekends than we are during the week. And I think that's because we try to find some downtime, from work. But if anything, I'd much rather be doing the running around and hard work that we're doing here than on the weekends for our own property than I would anywhere else. I think the other thing is we've been, everybody talks about property and we only have 2 acres here, and we've been really efficient in the use of our acreage. And, you want to get more acreage, but we're getting older. And so we're just trying to think about, between the price of land and if we want to move again and all that, when I think that we could probably add more pigs. We can definitely add more pigs and goats here. And so that would give us pigs, goats. We've got 25 laying hens. We've got Cornish cross meat birds. We've got bourbon red turkeys. So, we have a lot of animals right now, and I'm just trying to think of if we do want to move. And so some of the challenges we've had are, first of all, price. It's a tourist town, so price is a big one. If you're in town or in the local area, which is desirable, you're looking at anywhere from 15 to 30,000 an acre, which is insane. The minute you go out of town, which is way too far for me to commute to work, you either have no water, or it's too far, and then the price is super cheap. So I think we would probably end up having to retire if we were looking for that kind of stuff. But thanks, Country Mama. We love it too. We do. We love it. It is beautiful where we are. It's conveniently located. We're on a main road. And the reason why I say that is in the wintertime, we have no problem getting to work. Yet when we're in our yard, we're fine. Like, we don't feel like we're on a main road. And again, it was affordable, so that was the deal. But we really made a lot out of this 2 acres. And so I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, smash that like button while you're here. I wanted to go back. Somebody made a comment. What town are we near? Let's put it this way. We're in the Southern Black Hills and we're about an hour from Rapid City, just because I don't want to give an exact location. But so it's pretty busy. The Black Hills are abuzz this year. Last year with COVID, we still had a ton of tourists here. And I don't mind it because I'm usually home on the weekend, so it's not a problem. But commuting to work has been a challenge this year for sure. Hey, Coffee Angel Crafts, welcome. Glad to have you here. Pretty exciting. So yeah, so I commute about an hour back and forth. Well, it's an hour each way, sorry. But with the tourists here, and when the Sturgis Rally comes out, that'll be challenging for sure. Because last year they had the Sturgis Rally, even though, because it was a big anniversary. I don't go to it. It's not my thing. But they come out to all the surrounding towns, and whew, I can't believe how packed town is. You want satellite coordinate? Arizona kid, I'm not giving you satellite coordinates. I'm not. Maybe if you do a video that says, I need all these subscribers, then I'll give you my coordinates live. GPS numbers, yeah. For sure. I'm glad you came. Many 6-digit coordinates. Yeah. Oh, downtown 66 now you're tracking. Yeah. I'm not in Sturgis. I want to be clear because I don't think I could handle that. I have a friend at work who is in Sturgis, and oh, it's crazy. But you know what people do around here? They rent out their houses for a lot of money. It's pretty wild. People will rent out their houses here and make a lot of money during that Sturgis Rally. And I'm talking, I've thought about doing it because I figure I'll put a camper in the backyard and I can watch the whole thing. What's going on? I figured the acre that the house is on, and then we can give that we can rent that, right? And then in the back, we can put the old camper that we have and leave the camper back there. That way I can be there, go to work, take care of my animals, and I could see what's going on at my house while I'm renting it. But I've heard of people renting their houses for large amounts of money for a short amount of time. So, but yeah, the hills are abuzz with tourists right now. So it's a beautiful area though. That's why we love about it. And we really adore it. And we actually rode around today, and we ended up going to Custer State Park and rode around the Needles Highway. So yeah, Josh, you had a subscriber make an account named after your dog and just comment on timestamps. My dog showed up in your video. Yeah, total dog stalker. That was creepy. That was so weird. Wonder if it's a troll. Gail, you want to be a tourist? Come on down, or come on up, I should say. Come on up to South Dakota. I can give you my GPS. I wish I could turn our 3 grain bins into little cabins to rent out via Airbnb. That would be really cute. That's a great idea. Maybe you could slowly. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Yeah, downtown 66. That's creepy. Arizona kid. I did rentals a long time. I stopped and sold that house. We'll never do it again. Yeah, my parents did rentals. Oh, we never had good experiences. Never. And they always ended with a lot of cleaning. In fact, some of my mother's rentals, my parents' rentals when I was a kid, I remember my mother crying, and I remember my father saying, don't worry, I'll get a cleaning lady. That's how bad they were. So that's why we probably won't rent our house out. But it's a shame because it's like easy money. But, you got to do the cleanup after. If you get a bad renter, what a nightmare. I mean, they could destroy your house, Plus, I don't feel like packing everything up and putting things away so they don't break it. Sturgis is fun. Tom, have you been there? Somehow I know you have. I don't even like going to the store. I hate vacations. Oh, Josh, we need to talk. I don't like going to the store in town, but it'd be cool. Come to Waynesville. Alicia, am I allowed to mention that comment or no? Oh, yes, road trip. Ann Dale said, my kids had a rental, but I was responsible for the cleaning and finding renters. Yuck. Exactly. So that's what I'm soured on. And that's probably what Arizona kids soured on. I don't like leaving the property. I'm with you, Josh. If I didn't have to, I'd be fine with it. I don't mind going to town, but yeah. You were set up for 1 year there, Tom? That's so cool. Was that a long time ago? Arizona kid said, yeah, they would destroy the house and the fix and cost and stress was crazy. And after having one, we almost couldn't get out of the house. Was crazy. Never again. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Country Mama said he's feeding CJ now. Everybody, why don't you go look at Country Mama Musing's comment? I don't want to mention it out loud. I know he's feeding a dog, but don't want to get her in trouble. Country Mama's got a good video too. She's got this video of her husband and then, well, I should say of a new dog at the house. Let's just leave it at that. And then Gail, I love that video you put out today. What a great idea for the states, for your subscribers. That's awesome. That's really awesome. I like that. Arizona Kid, I went to watch one of his videos yesterday. It was a short, and I can't remember the title of it, but he was like, working on a vehicle or something like that. And then I go to watch the short, and he's like, you think you can watch this in 15 seconds? You got to go watch the video. I started laughing so hard. I thought that was really good. I don't know. What does that sound? What do you mean? You guys have it. Is it not clear? We had Tom Petty, Nickelback. Gosh, I can't remember who else. That's really cool. That's really cool. Very cool. Yeah. Are you guys able to hear and see me okay? I was confused. I saw Gail's post that said, what does that sound? Maybe I missed a joke or something. I'm known to do that. I'm going to get a quick drink here. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Diesel finally calmed down. He's not barking anymore. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. Random animal in your house. Okay, gotcha. I thought it was me because I know there's a lot of stuff going on and Diesel finally stopped barking. So I was like, But yeah, it's good. Nice day out here. Nice day out here. We're enjoying it. We're hoping for some sun tomorrow, which would be nice. A little overcast today. But so just we're getting kind of near the end. I wanted to do about an hour, but I wanted to I know earlier when we started, I talked about ideas for videos. And so we've had a lot of new subscribers lately. And one of the things I want to do is like a Meet the Animals video, because I know that not everybody goes back to look at all the videos that you've put up before, because that's a lot. So I'm thinking about doing a Meet the Animals video. Also, obviously, when we move Sherman, setting Sherman up and seeing how that's going. Any other projects we have on the farm, we've got the, what do you call it? The 55-gallon drum pig water we're going to set up. So we'll have that, and then moving the turkeys and stuff like that. Yeah, we're excited, Gail. Lots of new friends. Lots and lots of new friends. So we're really excited. And so we're going to do that. I have a couple other cute ideas that I wanted to do for the animals, and I'm kind of jotting them down and figuring out how I can do them. But I know for the Meet the Animals, I want to get really close to them so people can feel like they're there. And except for the meat birds, because they're disgusting. I'm going to leave them out. The meat birds are gross. Have any of you raised Cornish cross meat birds? They're hogs. I'm telling you right now. We had Red Rangers last year. They were dainty little things, so cute, good tasting, yummy. The Cornish cross, I'm convinced the Cornish cross, sit by the feeder all night and gorge themselves. Some of them are like this. I can't believe it. That's why they're ready in 8 weeks. Those I don't have a problem with processing. Maggie and Winston, I'm going to have a problem with if we have to do them ourselves. So, yeah, no problem, Arizona kid. We appreciate you. So we'll figure it out. And then some of the other videos. So the water, obviously all the projects that we've got going on, if we do stuff. But as our projects wind down, I'm thinking of doing like a vlog a few times a week when I do chores and stuff like that. I just didn't know if people would be interested in that kind of thing. I know a lot of channels do it and people really like it because they just like to see things that maybe that they don't do. Clearly our garden right now is not going to be many videos. So we'll check that out. But any ideas for videos? I'd love to hear it from you guys. What do you guys like to see? Josh, I like not having to water my plants. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. We water our plants every night. I think the other night was the first time it rained that we actually got a break from it and didn't have to do it, which was nice. Ryan does that every night. He usually does the chores in the morning. I do the chores at night, and then we do the projects on the weekend together. And then he does the whatchamacallit, he does the garden watering. But we got plenty of eggs. In fact, I got a basket sitting here. Look at this. Delicious, fresh eggs. And we've got 25 laying hens. So we're waiting on, isn't that a weird shape? We're waiting on, that's another weird one. Look at that. We're waiting on the newer birds to start laying. We've got some Easter eggers and stuff, but look at those delicious eggs, all different colors. They're just amazing, really amazing. So yeah, but yeah, and we all like ideas for videos, but what I said sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'd love to hear any ideas for videos. We're always open to them. We're on Instagram. Facebook, it's a business page, so it's not as interactive as we'd like it to be. And some of that just has to do with my work. I try to, I have to be careful for my job. I'm a mental health and addiction therapist. And so I have to be cautious on social media just to watch for, my folks that follow me. So I have to keep some boundaries there. Thanks, Downtown 66. We appreciate it. They are neat. They are really neat. I can tell you these came from white. That's from a white leghorn. That's from a golden comet. That one is from a Rhode Island red. Now that there's 25 of them in there, they're going through their calcium supplement a lot quicker, and so we have to make sure that we're filling it more often. So that came to our attention today. Gail, a squirrel came from the attic and was squealing. Oh my gosh. Are you okay over there? Did you get it out? Thanks, Downtown 66. Yeah, I love what I do. I'm dying to know if Gail's okay. No kidding. I'd be scared too. Are you all right? Did you get it out? Oh no, mousetrap. Get a mousetrap up there. A big one. Not one of those little ones. You got to get like a big one. It's like a rat trap, and you got to screw it to the floor because they can chew out of that. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you're okay, Gail. My goodness. Oh, yeah, no kidding. That's what that noise was. Ooh. Well, geez. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to get running. I really appreciate all of you being here. This just warms my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. Really appreciate it. We will be here next Friday at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. I'm going to go feed Diesel. Gail, I hope you get that thing out of there. If not, text me and I will tell you more about squirrels. We used to have them in our house in Connecticut. Thank you so much, Downtown 66. Appreciate it. Glad you were here. Really appreciate everybody being here. Thanks so much. All right, everybody, I'm going to get going. You guys take care. The squirrel is saying, oh my God, I went into the closet and there was this human. Good night, Andale. Good night, Coffee Angel Crafts. Good night, Josh. Good night, Gail, Southern Living. Appreciate you all. Good night, Alicia, or Country Mama Musings, for being here. Good night, Tom. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.